guys, so today's video is a makeup tutorial. Hey guys, today's video is an eye makeup tutorial using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I just got this palette a few days ago and it's absolutely beautiful. You can do so many looks with this palette. You can do a smoky eye, you can do very minimal makeup, you can do something that only uses a couple neutral colors, you can do something like this or more. It has a lot of warm colors, a lot of reds, pinks, oranges, and a couple purples. I just love it. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and hope to see you in my next video. We're going to start off this look by priming the face with Benefit Porefessional Primer. It helps to minimize the appearance of pores and smooths out the skin's texture. Next, we're going in with foundation. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's an amazing foundation for the summer because it really stays on the skin through heat and humidity. And I'm going to buff it into my face with a broken Morphe M439 brush. The handle fell off, but it still works just fine. I love using this brush. I use a bouncing motion. It doesn't really take a lot of product away from your face. So I'm just putting this all over, making sure I get close to the hairline underneath my ears and my neck. Now for concealer, I'm using MAC Pro Longwear in the color NC20, which means that it has a yellow undertone, and I go ham on my concealer, you guys. I put a lot on my face. I've been doing it this way for a very long time. You don't necessarily have to use that much. That's just how I prefer to do it. And I also use it on my eyelids as a primer for my eyeshadow. I feel it works really well as a primer. And then I have taking a damp beauty blender, and again using that same bouncing motion, I am pressing the product into my skin. Now I'm using the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder to set the concealer underneath my eyes and on my eyelids to make sure that it doesn't crease. I'm using a Sigma tapered face brush, an F25, and I swirled my brush around in the cap where the product was, tapped off the excess, and I'm just patting that underneath my eyes and on my eyelids to set the concealer. You can also set the rest of your foundation with this powder. I just haven't been setting mine lately because I don't feel like I need to with that foundation. Now for brows, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. I've been using this for a while. I feel like it really matches the color of my hair. How I start off doing my brows is by making a nice clean line on the bottom of my eyebrow. And then I will go in and fill in the top and really define my arch. Sometimes I go for more of a pointed arch in a way, kind of like what I'm doing today. And sometimes my arch is more rounded. I swear my eyebrows look different every day, but I use the same basic process. I outline them and then I fill them in. Sometimes if I want them to be nice and dark on the second half, I will go in with my Dip Brow Pomade also, just to darken up the tail and make them a little bit more bold. Now I'm going in with the spoolie end of the Brow Wiz and combing through my brow hairs. What a difference. And magic, they're both done. Now for the eyeshadow, the fun part. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not on my screen, but the colors are beautiful. The first color I'm taking is Golden Ochre. It's kind of a greenish gold, and I'm using that as my transition shade. I'm putting it from the crease all the way up to my eyebrows. Welcome to my face. Now I'm taking a crease brush. This is the MAC 217, and I'm taking burnt orange, and I'm going to start to define my crease using windshield wiper motions. If you have more mature skin or if you have hooded eyelids, I would recommend using a tapping motion rather than back and forth. Now I'm taking a shade that nobody knows how to pronounce, including myself, Realgar. Anyway, it's kind of a deeper orange shade than burnt orange, and I'm using the same method, just really defining the crease using windshield wiper motions. And yes, you did just hear a cat meow. That was Benito, my gray cat. You might be hearing more of him. I'm taking the brush that I started with. This is the Sephora Pro Tapered Crease Brush with no additional product, and I'm just running this on the top half of my crease colors to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Next, I'm using a brush that I got in my Ipsy bag a few months ago. This is the Luxie 231 Small Tapered Blending, and I really love this brush for more precision in the crease. And I'm taking the color Venetian Red, and I'm focusing this lower on my eyelid. Again, we're continuing to define the crease. We want a really nice blended gradient look. And I love the way all of these colors look together. This palette is just stunning. For the final crease color, I'm taking Red Ochre, and I'm going to focus that in the outer corner of the crease. I feel like Red Ochre and Venetian Red are similar, but I feel Red Ochre is a little bit darker. Now for the lid shade, I'm taking a MAC 239. I've had this brush forever. Any flat shader brush will work just fine. You don't need to go out and spend way too much money on a MAC brush, that's for sure. I'm using the color Primavera, which is a nice shimmery gold color, and I'm packing this all over the lid, and I decided it wasn't quite giving me the color payoff that I wanted, so I grabbed my Fix Plus and I dipped my brush into the Primavera shade, and then I sprayed it once or twice with the Fix Plus. This helps to give it a more foiled look, just a little bit more intense of a color. Now for the brow bone highlight and the inner corner highlight. First, I'm doing the brow bone using the Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush, and I'm using the lightest shade in the palette, which is Tempera. It's a creamy vanilla shade with a little bit of very subtle shimmer in it, and I'm using that to highlight the brow bone. And I'm using the same shade just on a small domed brush. This is from EcoTools, very affordable. I probably got it at the drugstore, and I'm highlighting my inner corner. Now for the winged liner. The Lorac liquid eyeliner is my favorite. It has been my favorite for a long time. I've tried gels, they just don't quite work for me. This is Front of the Line Pro in black liquid eyeliner. And I always do my wing the same way. I start from my lower lash line and I draw a line going up towards my temple. Sometimes I'll do the wing a little bit more at an angle. Today I'm kind of doing it more straight across. And then you make a very slim triangle from the tip of the wing more towards the middle of your eye. Fill everything in and then line the rest of your eye. For the lower lash line, I'm using the IT Cosmetics brush. This is the Airbrush Precision Smudger, and I'm using the color Burnt Orange. And I'm going to run this along my lower lash line. Just as a side note, do you feel like the name Precision Smudger is an oxymoron? Okay, so this brush, if you're going to buy a MAC brush, buy this one. I've never seen another brush quite like this. This is the 228. It's a small, tapered, angled brush. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. I use this every day for my lower lash line. I just love this little guy. I'm using the color Venetian Red, much closer to the lashes than Burnt Orange is, to really define that lower lash line and make our eyes look bigger. Now I'm going to put a Rimmel waterproof eyeliner in my waterline. This is the color In the Nude 213. Something I've been doing lately. Not necessary, but you know. Now we're going to curl our lashes, our eyelashes, and put on mascara. Probably all you guys have done this before. Nice and simple. Unfortunately, I did not record an outro, so I don't have any final poses, but I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and learned something. Thanks for watching.